What if they're not from an advanced civilization 300 million light years from here? But what if it's us 500,000 years into the future that is coming back to document the second half of the 20th century and into the first 20th century because they're anthropologists and they know something that we don't quite know?
We definitely do have UAPs. Lockheed Martin definitely has variations of UFOs that they back engineered from archaeological digs. If you follow the Bob Lazar story, he states that the CIA essentially told him at S4 when he was working there that they found these in archaeological digs. They were crash retrieval with more than a handful found at the time. And then he was directed to, work on the propulsion in the energy source, back engineering the energy source of the craft. And that was back in the day. So Lockheed Martin, they definitely have cracked this for a while now. And they probably take their equipment out to spin all the time in the sky. And you see videos all the time nowadays of UFOs flying around. So a lot of that stuff in the sky that people are seeing is probably our equipment and our technology, but that technology was back engineered probably from crash retrievals from the past, which honestly, it could be us from the future, because if you think about it, if you're moving at the speed of instantaneously speeds, even just traveling to the closest star system and back, by the time you go there and come back, I mean, the time difference is going to be so dramatically different that could be possible, or it could be different dimensions of beings phasing through our dimension, and we're just seeing kind of the light source of that event happening. There's a lot of different things you can assume these phenomenons in the sky, the UAPs that's going on. I think it's more likely that we actually have the tech figured out. We either engineered it ourselves or we reverse engineered it and we have them. The Top Gun Maverick F1 guy is developing a UFO whistleblower film described as a UFO theme, All the President's Men. David Grush, the actual Congress UAP whistleblower, is attached as consultant and associate producer of that film. Oscar-nominated writer Zach Balin is scripting. So that's another big-time name, along with Spielberg, that is doing disclosure, doing propaganda to prepare many people for what is coming. And even more, Scott Cooper signed on for a Roswell picture at the 20th Century. Ryan Coogler's X-Files reboot just got a pilot order at Hulu. So really, it's not like Hollywood's jumping on a trend. These are the biggest filmmakers alive, essentially. They're all doing it at the exact same time, and the actual government, with registering aliens.gov, all the intel that's being brought to the forefront is very particular in coordinated timing, in my opinion. Definitely don't just take my word for it or their word for it. Helen McCaw, a former senior analyst in financial security at the Bank of England, reportedly warned the bank's governor to prepare for a financial collapse potentially triggered by the disclosure of alien technology. In May 2024 paper, she explored the policy's implication of a UAP on the UK government. The warning, according to Washington Post article, advised the governor to consider risks of financial collapse linked to the potential UAP disclosures. The warning is connected to the rising awareness of UAP and UFO sightings and potential disclosure of alien life by world governments. So you even have people connected to banks, the money supply system that the economy is built upon, saying, hey, this could actually collapse humanity in general. All hell could break loose if we release everything. A lot of people are preparing behind the scenes, getting ready for what is coming on the horizon, because this is inevitable at this point. Let's say we're the aliens. The aliens came down here back in the day, seeded us, maybe breeded, helped bred with Homo sapiens, and you got what we are today. A lot of people believe that could have happened. According to religious books, it actually says a lot of that stuff could be the story, depending on how it's interpreted. The interest in this topic, all this stuff, is very high, and this proves it. A document film on Prime Video investigating UFOs has set a world record, breaking the previous Oscar-winning record. So The Age of Disclosure, a documentary film by Dan Farah. So The Age of Disclosure, the UAP documentary that had a lot of congressmen like Marco Rubio and other people in it, broke the record on Prime Video. So that just tells you the public is ready for this information. They're fiending for it, and they're paying attention to what's going on. on. So what happens next? Aliens.gov goes live. Let's say that it's the central hub for all the information. You got Spilsberg Disclosure Day on June 12th. You got AARO's overdue 2025 annual report. They actually delayed it. So as of March 2026, the All Domain Anomaly Resolution Office has experienced delays in the release of its 2025 annual report in a second highly anticipated volume on the government involvement in UAPs. So the 2025 annual report, which is expected to outline findings of the UAP cases, has not been released according to recent reports. This delay follows a period where AARO has been described as having gone quiet in recent months. So what are they hiding? Why are they not reporting? You know, that's definitely speculation. So you also have Laura Trump, which is the daughter-in-law of President Donald Trump. She claims that the president has prepared speech detailing information regarding extraterrestrial life in spaceships. And the claim Laura Trump suggests on a podcast that Donald Trump is holding on to this information, leading to speculation about imminent disclosures regarding UFOs and UAPs. Press Secretary Caroline addresses the claim by saying it was news to me, while also noting that it would be very exciting if it was true. And we could take a listen to exactly what she said.
Barack Obama, Caroline, was recently asked if aliens are real. He says they're real, but he hasn't seen them. The president's daughter-in-law, Laura Trump, told Miranda Devine of the New York Post that the president has a prepared speech on this issue that he prepares to deliver at the right time. Is that true? And does the Trump administration believe aliens are real?
Well, a speech on aliens would be news to me. That sounds very exciting, though. I'll have to check in with our speech writing team. And that would be of great interest to me personally, and I'm sure all of you in this room, and apparently former President Obama, too. So we'll keep you posted on that.
We are definitely living through what might be the most significant shift in the government's relationship with this topic since Roswell in 1947. Whether you think it's real aliens, advanced human technology, or a massive psyop, something is clearly happening behind the scenes and it's coming for tuition. The government isn't registering aliens.gov for fun unless it would be in a hilarious prank that it was actually about illegal aliens and it was just a whole psyop this whole time. But that would be absolutely nuts and pretty funny, honestly, but that's definitely not what's going on here. I mean, you have Donald Trump himself saying that he's going to declassify the files and everything. Question isn't really whether disclosure is coming anymore. We obviously know it's coming. We just don't know exactly what they're gonna disclose because we don't know the information that they have behind the scenes that they're willing to declassify. Hopefully they declassify everything. Maybe they keep back the technology that can achieve instantaneously moving from one side of the world to the next, moving at the speed of light or even faster than the speed of light by manipulating space and time. I could definitely see them not releasing that information because that is actually a security threat for the world. Everyday people could get access to that. That could be very, very dangerous. So I could see that. But everything about aliens, maybe even where we came from, where we come from, we are the aliens. If we extrapolate 100,000 years into the future, I'm pretty sure we're going to be seeding other life on other planets and other solar systems. So it doesn't seem too far-fetched that that could have happened to us. And a lot of books and religious books actually kind of hint to that. A lot of the stuff in there is actually proven to be correct. So why wouldn't that stuff in it be correct as well? So I'm going to be covering every single development in this story, definitely as it unfolds. Once they start posting the aliens.gov, all the information, I'm definitely going to do some follow-ups on this topic in this video. Tell me what you think is going on. Are they going to release all the files? What do you think they're going to release? Is it going to be what we all hope to be? Or is it going to be a big dud and a letdown? Hopefully not, but make sure you guys hit the subscribe, like. I will catch you guys in the next one.